Here we have simultaneous equations. So there are two equations here, and there are two unknowns. There are two things that we need to work out. We need to find the value of x and the value of y that works for both of these equations. So x and y, so they are the same thing. There's one value for x and one value for y, and it's got to work for both equations. So we've got 2x plus y equals 14, and x plus y equals 9. We can solve these simultaneous equations by eliminating y. If we take away the bottom equation from the top equation, we look at the difference between these two equations. 2x take away x is x. Y take away y is nothing. We can eliminate it. We can get rid of it. And 14 take away 9 is 5. So x is 5. X must be 5. The difference between the two equations is x equals 5. And then we can find out what y is by using this 5. So in the bottom equation, we're told x plus y must be equal to 9. If x is 5, we know x is 5, we've worked it out. That means 5 plus y is equal to 9. And if we take 5 away from both sides, we find out y is equal to 4. So this will work for both of the equations. X is 5 and y is 4. And you can check that it works for both of the equations by substituting in our answers. Okay, there's one for you to try here. So if you feel able to, give it a go. We have x plus 2y is equal to 10 and x plus y is equal to 8. We can look at the difference between these equations again. So take away the bottom equation from the top one. X take away x is nothing. They're the same in both equations. 2y take away y is 1y. And 10 take away 8 is 2. So the difference between the two equations tells us that y is equal to 2. And we can use this in one of the equations to find x. So x plus y is equal to 8. If y is 2, which it is, x plus 2 is equal to 8. And I take away 2 from both sides and get x is equal to 6. So y is 2 and x is 6. We have solved the simultaneous equations because we've worked out what x is and what y is. Here is another example. This time we haven't been given anything the same. The x's aren't the same. We've got 2x and we've got 1x. And the y's aren't the same. We've got 3y and we've got 1y. So we can't just look at the difference between the equations because that won't eliminate the x or the y. But what we can do is we can change the equation. We can multiply our second equation by something to make either the x the same or the y the same. So if I multiply everything by 2, I can make the x's the same, and then I can eliminate x. If I multiplied everything by 3, I could make the y's the same and eliminate y. So let's multiply by 2. It doesn't matter which one we pick. So if I times the whole of the second equation by 2, multiply every term by 2, I get 2x plus 2y is equal to 2. And I've still got my first equation. 2x plus 3y is equal to 6. And now I can eliminate x. If I take away one equation from the other equation, I'm going to eliminate x. So 2x take away 2x is nothing. 3y take away 2y is y. And 6 take away 2 is 4. So y is equal to 4. then I can use that to find x. So x plus y is 1. Y is 4. So that's x plus 4 equals 1. And if I take 4 away from both sides, I get x is equal to negative 3. So I've solved the equations. Y is 4, x is negative 3. And if you substitute these in to the top equations, these numbers should work for both of the equations. And that's how you can check your answer. Okay, one for you to try. So give this one a go. So again, we need to make something the same so we can eliminate it. So we can either multiply the bottom equation by 5 and get the x's the same, or multiply it by 2 and make the y's the same. It doesn't matter which one we choose. So it doesn't matter. I'm going to multiply by 5 and get the x's the same. Either way, if you pick the other one, you get the same answer. So I'm going to multiply this by 5. So I've got 5x plus 5y equals 5. I'm multiplying every term by 5. And I'm going to rewrite my first equation. And now my x's are the same. So if I take away the two equations, I eliminate x. 5x take away 5x is nothing. 5y take away 2y is 3y. And 5 take away 17 is negative 12. So 3y is equal to negative 12. Divide both sides by 3. Y is negative 4. And I can substitute in to one of my equations to find x. It doesn't matter which equation you substitute into, but try and pick the easiest one. So y is negative 4, so x minus 4 equals 1, plus 4 to both sides, x is 5. So we've solved the equations, we've found out what x is and what y is, and you can check your answer by substituting them in to the other equation. And another example, harder again. This time we still need to make something the same to eliminate it, but this is just harder to do this time. So how can I make something the same in these equations? There's two options. To make the x's the same, I can times the top equation by 3 and the bottom equation by 2, and they will both become 6x. Or I could have made the y's the same by multiplying the top equation by 4 and the bottom equation by 3, and they would have both been 12y. I'm going to do the x's, so I'm going to multiply the whole of the top equation by 3 and the whole of the bottom equation by 2. So what does that give us? So 6x plus 9y equals 24, multiplying every term by 3. And then for the second equation, 6x plus 8y equals 26, multiplying every term by 2. So now the x's are the same. I can eliminate them. So I can take away, I can eliminate them, get rid of them. So 6x take away 6x is nothing. 9y take away 8y is 1y. And 24 take away 26 is negative 2. So y is negative 2. Now, to find x, I need to substitute this in to one of my equations. I'll use the top one. So it's 2x plus 3y equals 8. And we know y is negative 2, so I can change this y into negative 2. So it's 3 times y, so it becomes 3 times negative 2, and 3 negative 2's are negative 6. So it's 2x minus 6 equals 8. We want x by itself, so plus 6 to both sides. 2x equals 14. And divide both sides by 2. X is 7. So y is negative 2 and x is 7. And one for you to try. So give this one a go. And again, we need to either make the x's the same or the y is the same. So if I want to make the x's the same, I'm going to times the top equation by 2 and the bottom equation by 5. So you can see I had 5 and 2, 5x and 2x, and I know I can make them both 10. If I do 5 times 2 and 2 times 5, they'll both be 10. So I'm going to multiply the entire top equation by 2 and the entire bottom equation by 5, and that will make my x's the same. So let's double the whole top equation. So 10x plus 4y equals 4, and multiply the whole bottom equation by 5. 10x plus 15y equals 70. So now I can take away. I can see that I've got bigger numbers on the bottom, so I could either rewrite this with the equation on the bottom above the one on the top, or I can just say I'm going to do the bottom equation, take away the top one. So 10x take away 10x is nothing. 15y take away 4y is 11y. And 70 take away 4 is 66. If you did it the other way around and got negative 11y equals negative 66, that's not a problem. It just means you've got to, when you do a negative divided by a negative, it will become a positive again. Divide both sides by 11, so y is 6. And then we're going to find out what x is by substituting in. So y is 6. We've got 5x plus 2 y's, so 2 6's equals 2. 2 6's are 12. So 5x plus 12 equals 2. Take 12 away from both sides. 2 minus 12 is negative 10. And divide both sides by 5. So a negative divided by positive is negative. 10 over 5 is 2. So x is negative 2. Here's another example. This time you can see we've got negative signs in our equations. So the first question, 3x minus 2y equals 14 and 4x plus y equals 15. I'm going to double the second equation. So multiply every term in the second equation by 2. And that's going to give me 8x plus 2y equals 30. And my other equation says 3x minus 2y equals 14. So have I got the y's the same? They're not exactly the same because I've got a positive 2y and a negative 2y. So I can't get rid of them by taking them away, but I can get rid of them by adding them together. So 2y plus a negative 2y is nothing. So if you've got different signs, so if you've got the same numbers but different signs, you can still eliminate that thing by adding the equations together instead of taking them away. So let's see what happens. 8x plus 3x is 11x. 2y plus minus 2y, so 2y minus 2y is nothing. And 30 plus 14 is 44. So 11x equals 44. Let's divide both sides by 11. And that gets us x equals 4. And we can use that to find y. So 4x plus y is 15. And x is 4. So 4 4s plus y is equal to 15. 4 4s are 16. So 16 plus y is 15. And take 16 away from both sides. And 15 minus 16 is negative 1. So x is 4 and y is negative 1. We've solved the equations. And if we substituted 4 and negative 1 into the other equation, we can see that it works. We can check our answer. Here's one for you to try. So give this one a go. So we need to make something the same. We can either make the y's the same by multiplying the top one by 3 and the bottom one by 2. Or I think it's easier to make the x's the same by multiplying the bottom equation by 5. So let's do that. So multiply the whole bottom equation by 5. So that's 5x minus 15y equals, what's 24 times 5 is 120. And the top equation, we've still got 5x plus 2y equals 35. So are the x's the same? Yes, they're exactly the same. They're both 5. They're both a positive 5. So we can get rid of them by taking them away. 5x take away 5x is nothing. Negative 15y take away 2y is negative 17y. And 120 minus 35 is 85. So to get y by itself, divide both sides by negative 17. So how many 17s make 85? That's going to be 5. And we've got a positive divided by a negative, so it's negative. Y is negative 5. And let's use that to find x. So x, I'll use the top one. 5x plus 2y is 35. Y is negative 5. So 5x plus 2 negative 5s equals 35. 2 negative 5s are negative 10. Plus 10 to both sides. So 5x is 45. And divide both sides by 5. So x is 9. So y is negative 5 and x is 9. And another example. This time we've got both negatives. So both equations have got a minus in them. 2x minus 2y is 9. And 4x minus y is 12. So we can either make the x's the same by doubling the top equation, or make the y's the same by doubling the bottom equation. So I'm going to make the y's the same by multiplying my bottom equation by 2. So 8x minus 2y is 24. And my other equation says 2x minus 2y is 9. So this time, are the y's the same? They're both minus 2y. So they are the same. They're exactly the same. So we can look at the difference between the two equations. We can do a takeaway. So let's take away the bottom equation from the top equation. 8x take away 2x is 6x. Negative 2y take away negative 2y is nothing. And 24 minus 9 is 15. So 6x equals 15. Divide both sides by 6. So x is 15 over 6. And I'm going to simplify that. They're both in the 3 times table. So that's 5 over 2, or 2.5. So x is 5 over 2, or 2.5. So let's use that to find y. So it doesn't matter which equation we use. I'll use the bottom one. So 4x minus y is 12. X is 2.5. So 4 times 2.5 minus y is 12. 4 2.5s are 10. So 10 minus y is 12. Let's plus y to both sides to make it positive. So 10 is 12 plus y. And then take 12 away from both sides. So y is negative 2. So we've got x is 2.5, or 5 over 2, and y is negative 2. And if we check that in the other equation, so 2 2.5s make 5, minus 2 negative 2s, so 5 plus 4 is 9. And one for you to try. So give this one a go. So the easiest thing to do here is going to be multiply the bottom equation by 2. So if I double the bottom equation, I've got 2x minus 8y is equal to negative 2. And the top equation says 2x minus 6y is 1. So I've got 2x in both equations. They're both a positive 2x, so I can get rid of them by taking them away. So 2x take away 2x is nothing. Negative 8y take away negative 6y. So when we take away a negative, we go up. So negative 8y plus 6y is negative 2y. And negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. So divide both sides by negative 2. So we've got negative 3 over negative 2. A negative divided by a negative is positive. So we've got 3 over 2, or 1.5. And we can use that to find x. So if I use the bottom equation, x minus 4 times 1.5 equals negative 1. 1.5 fours is 6. So x minus 6 is equal to negative 1. And then plus 6 to both sides. So x is 5. And again, we can check that. So 2 5s are 10. Take away 6 times 1.5. 1.5 6s are 9. 10 take away 9 is 1. So it is correct. And the last example, we've got a worded question. So in a shop, 3 cups of tea and 5 cakes cost £12.50. And 4 cups of tea and 3 cakes cost £10.25. So we can make simultaneous equations. So 3 teas and 5 cakes equals £12.50. 3 teas and 5 cakes equals £12.50. And 4 teas and 3 cakes equals £10.25. So we can either make the teas the same or the cakes the same. It doesn't matter which one we pick. I don't think one's easier than the other, really. I'll make the teas the same. So if I multiply the top equation by 4 and the bottom one by 3, I'll have 12 t's in both. So multiplying the top equation by 4 gives me 12t plus 20c equals 50. And multiplying the bottom equation by 3 gives me 12t plus 9c equals £30.75. So now I can take away 12t, take away 12c is nothing. 20c take away 9c is 11c. And 50 take away £30.75 is 19.25. So we need to divide both sides by 11. So 19.25 over 11. So how many 11s go into 1? That's none. There's how many 11s go into 19? 1 with 8 left over. How many 11s go into 82? 7 makes 77. So there's 5 left over. How many 11s go into 55? 5. So a cake costs £1.75. And then we can use that to find the price of a tea. So we knew 4 teas and 3 cakes made £10.25. So 4 teas plus 3 £1.75s make £10.25. 3 £1.75s. So 2 make £3.50. £5.25. So 4 teas plus £5.25 equals £10.25. Take £5.25 away from both sides. So 4 teas are £5. So divide both sides by 4. So we've got 1.25 or £1.25. Okay, one of these for you to try. So this time we've got burgers and drinks, but it's the same thing. 4 burgers and 3 drinks. So 4B and 3D is £20.70. And 2 burgers and 2 drinks are £11.20. So we can make the burgers the same by doubling the bottom equation. So if I double the bottom equation, I get 4B and 4D, 4 burgers and 4 drinks for £22.40. I'm going to rewrite my top equation. So the burgers are the same. We can take them away to get rid of them. 4B take away 4B is nothing. 4D take away 3D is D. And £22.40 take away £20.70 is £1.70. So a drink is £1.70. And we know that 2 burgers and 2 drinks cost £11.20. So a drink is £1.70. So 2 burgers plus 2 £1.70s make £11.20. 2 1.7s are 3.4. So take away 3.4 from both sides. So take away 3 would be £8.20, and then take away 40p from £8.20 is £7.80. And divide both sides by 2. So half of £7.80 is £3.90. So a drink is £1.70 and a burger is £3.90. And again, you can check that in the other equation to make sure you've got it right. So to finish up, 2 questions, pause the video, give them a go, and press play when you're ready for the answers. Okay, question 1. We can either make the x's the same by multiplying the top by 3 and the bottom by 2, or make the y's the same by multiplying the top by 4. And remember, if we did make the y's the same, we'll have one positive and one negative, which means we have to plus the equations to get rid of them. So if I'll do that. I'll multiply the top equation by 4. I'm going to multiply every term in the top equation by 4, which will give me 8x plus 4y equals, so double 17 to 34, double it again, 68. And I've still got my bottom equation that says 3x minus 4y is 53. So to get rid of these equations, to get rid of the y's, I need to add the two equations together because I've got different signs here. 4y plus minus 4y is nothing, but 4y minus 4y will actually be 8y. So I've got 8x plus 3x, which is 11x. 4y minus 4y is nothing. And 68 plus 53 is 121. So divide both sides by 11. So x is 11. 11 squared is 121. So I can substitute this back in to find y. So 2 11s using the top equation plus y is 17. So 22 plus y is 17. Take 22 away from both sides. So y is negative 5. And question 2. So either we're multiplying the top by 3 and the bottom by 2, or the top by 2 and the bottom by 3. Either way round, we'll either make the x's the same or the y's the same. So I'm going to make the x's the same. So multiply the whole top line by 3. So 6x minus 9y equals, so 25 times 3 is 75, plus 3 more, so 78. And multiply the whole bottom by 2. So 6x minus 4y is 48. So the x's are the same. To get rid of them, I can take away. 6x, take away 6x is nothing. Negative 9y, take away negative 4y. So if we take away a negative, we go up. So negative 9 plus 4 is negative 5. And 78 minus 48 is 30. So divide both sides by negative 5. A positive divided by a negative is negative, and 30 over 5 is 6. So y is negative 6. Let's substitute back in. I'll use the second equation. So y is negative 6. So 3x take away 2 negative 6's is equal to 24. Negative 2 times negative 6 is positive 12. So 3x plus 12 is 24. Take 12 away from both sides. 3x is 12. And divide both sides by 3. X is 4. So y is negative 6 and x is 4. And again, you can check your answer by substituting into the other equation. So if you did 2 x's, 2 4's, 8 minus 3 negative 6's, so 8 plus 18 makes 26.